I spent 10 hours playing Blox Fruits for the first time. What I thought was just a casual grinding game turned into an experience that me. When I first spawned in, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But there was a quest and there were bandits. Quite understandable. So I beat them up and I got my stats in as I leveled up. Naturally, I knew how to distribute my stats. A little bit of this, of that, of those. Spreading the numbers evenly like a healthy, balanced diet. This optimized build is what most experts may classify as an abomination, but I was no expert. Thankfully, my brain remembered that I had a brain, so I went for a quick reference check how I should level my stats. Thank you, Reddit. I continued my grind up till I got a notification telling me to go to the next island. Now, I didn't know about the compass yet, but I did find a nearby island, so I checked it. I was immediately punished for my curiosity. But in scouring this new place, I found not only gold, but a bomb fruit. Until this day, I'm not sure if someone just dropped that there or if it was from the chest. Whichever it is, it was probably from my accumulated karma from saving people that I pushed from buildings. Upon my first use, a wonderful thought came to mind. I can cheese this. Like a caveman putting in brute force, I bombed the whole area. I leveled up like crazy. Till someone else came to farm and I tried farming alongside her, but where I was, she was, so I left the place. And during that, I also found out how the compass worked, which meant that I could finally progress the way the game truly intended. While sailing through the Pacific Ocean, I reviewed my items and whatnot. Perhaps I was missing something. And like the heavens pointing towards my screen, I discovered something very dangerous. Redeem codes. Thank you, Wiki. I got the codes and I began to redeem them, one after another, every single one. In my mind, there was only one thought going on. XP boost, good. Longer XP boost, good-er. So I redeemed about half a dozen XP boosts at once, all stacked together, and I would come to regret this decision later to a miserable extent. But at that moment, I was just an innocent new player, and I wish I could have warned myself. I went back to the lovely island and cheesed my way once more. It was then that I began to have mixed feelings with my fruit that seems to keep pushing them away. Though I'm quite happy that at least it does group damage. I just kinda wish I was fighting faster. Then I remembered that there's that jungle gacha guy, which meant I could roll for a new fruit, a better one, which I did. I got a feed rage. I am calmly labeling my feelings in this moment as rage. There are times in our lifetime that we wish to forget, and this was proving to be a good contestant. On my way back to progress the game normally, I saw a glimpse of an IC looking island, and IC stands for Go Here. In this area, I was bestowed the gift among gifts, a gameplay so riveting that it has its own other game dedicated to it, fishing. So for the next hour or so, I became an avid fisher. High octane, adrenaline pumping activity. Eventually, I remembered that I was playing Blox Fruits and not fish it. So I went ahead and rolled for another fruit. At which point, the game finally gave me ghosts. I mean, this is good, but I'm still emotionally coping. On the way out, I found another fruit, ice, with which a quick Reddit search settled the debate. So I discarded my ghost and ate the ice. Perhaps angels are real. They better be, because I know that demons are. Around the 4th hour, I learned a strategy called server hopping. It's when you hop servers. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. See you again next time. Basically, there's a boss you could farm for money, and I do be needing money. But After killing it, a timer starts before it respawns again, unless you simply leave the server. Yeah, so to do that, you just gotta click this. Then, guys, upon searching the wide web, I learned that there's a second C, which you could unlock by level 700. Nobody warned me how big this game was. Dress to Impress has 0 Cs. Let that sink in. Like underwater, because we're at sea. Anyways, I'm in. There's 6 hours left. I'll sacrifice my mental health. I'm grinding this till level 700. I began the grind. I went ahead and farmed the Yeti, then the Admiral, the prison bosses, the Magma Admiral, the underwater city. Time began to blur as I kept pushing through. In this self-induced experiment, I found out that my free will is quite inferior to the XP bar that goes. Oh, there was also a time where this Blackbird guy showed up. I wanted to get a piece of the pie, so I chipped in like a hit and 5 deaths. I got nothing. Let me know if you guys want to start a community against this injustice in the comments below. Also, in this endless grinding, I got some optimal paths I want to share. For example, farming the Admiral. I teleport in with R, jump up to check if he spawned, grab quest, destroy him. Versus this with my first run, it saves me a good amount of time. At the prison, I fought the Warden and Chief Warden together. Took in the Warden quest first, then once I killed him, then I accept his quest, I look back, I atomize him, and get the reward. At the Magma Village is where I reach my flow. Watch this in 0.25 and look at all the amazing details I'm about to show you. Yeah, the sound is probably not nice. Okay, here's what you'll do. Teleport in, punch the guy, hit that guy, that too, everyone, kill them together. Perform a triple jump, land close to the water, click for fish. Reel that fish and include that treasure, jump back up, repeat the kill system, finish the quest, time me on that. Absolutely no time wasted. Moving on, I was about level 475 when I found the compass leading me back to the Sky Island once again. Also, here's a very important section of me bullying the guys whom I had a hard time just a few hours back. I was about 7.5 hours in and time started to tick and the pressure began to rise. I grinded the angels and whoever till finally it was the boss's time. I went to my codes. I thought this was the perfect time to use it. There I was grinding the boss with the XP boost close to running out. A minute left and I thought, yeah, I could squeeze another one. But I was panicking. I died once, twice, but I took out everything I got and successfully killed him with the second remaining. I did that twice, by the way. Also, I accidentally placed 32 points on the gun. After finishing at level 652, I decided to follow the compass to the last and final area. There was about an hour and 17 minutes left, and the travel took about 5 minutes. I arrived at the fountain and that's where my half a dozen XP boosts from earlier came back to haunt me. I had to go through this final grind without doubling my XP. So, I checked the quests and the XPs, and I chose to fight the captains, but they were taking too long. So I switched to fighting the pirates despite the 1 million XP difference. By the way, here's a comparison of how long each took and why the pirates were much faster to do. Every quest mattered. Every optimization mattered as time continued to move. I was about level 675 when I got access to kill the boss, which I had to wait for 40 seconds. At this point, I had 26 minutes left and this boss was a massive time waster. Not only do I easily die to him, but the way back to him made the fight real long. Not to mention that he went back to full health mid-fight. All in all, it took me about 3 minutes and 45 seconds to kill him, so I decided to go back to the pirates, taking the most optimal paths I could. Time was running out, but I kept pushing forward. Until finally, level 700, with 27 seconds remaining. Though, there was one problem. I didn't actually have enough time left to go back to the detective in the prison, so the second C will have to wait another day. For now, here I am, level 700, having undergone 10 hours of playing this game. What a huge game, must I add. That's where my gameplay ends. Also, I'm quite new here with, well, 0 subscribers. If this type of content interests you, feel free to subscribe as I ready more content. If you have suggestions for games to play or challenges, you may tell me at the comments below. Thank you so much.